theatre to see our betters.
The outward gentility of the stage as manifested in the opening of doors by gentlemen for ladies.
And the sense of a stately and leisured life induced by watching a butler place and remove a tea tray.
Accounts for a great deal in theatrical allurement.
People enjoy such public luxuries.
And perhaps enjoy them all the more.
Because they are
out of reach. Why do we go to the theater?
To examine and explore different ways of thinking. To enjoy and appreciate art.
to experience someone portraying a funny character.
A sad character. A mean character. To escape reality.
To escape the struggles of life.
To be entertained. To learn. To laugh.
To empower.
And leave with a feeling of awe.
Many playgoers will admit,
If memory serves him well,
That their first reaction to the theater was
a view of the enjoyment of the well-mannered,
Well-spoken. Well-dressed people.
Moving with ease in comfortable surroundings.
Our first reactions to theater were
disinterest.
What?
My mom took me to see Hairspray and I was bored and confused.
Are you kidding?
I watched in awe.
I wanted to have the courage to be in theater.
I thought, this is cool.
It seems so real.
It seems like magic. I want to try that.
I want to be up there someday.
Someday.
Someday?
Someday.
Today.
Today.
Today. Today. Today.
Today.
Today.
Today.
Today.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much as methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion enlights me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise. I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy it is for the proper false in woman's waxen hearts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such we are made of, such we be. How will this badge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love, and as I am woman, now alas the day. What thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
So the other night, I dreamt my father was inside a baked potato. Isn't that strange? I mean, I was very startled to see him there, and I started to see that other people were going to see where my father was, and how small he was. So I kept trying to close the baked potato, but I guess the potato was hot, because he started to cry every time I shut the baked potato. So I didn't know what to do. I mean, I thought about sending the whole plate back to the kitchen, tell the cook there's a person inside my baked potato. But I felt such guilt at deserting my father that I sat there and cried, and he cried too. And then the waiter brought dessert, which was devil's food cake with mocha icing, and I ate that. It was. And I woke up very hungry. I told my therapist about the dream, and he said that my father was crying because he was upset. I dreamt about the cake because I was hungry, and I think my therapist is an idiot. Maybe I should just try gurus or find a nutritionist. But what I'm doing now isn't working. Like me to get you something?
You're a bad cook.
I know.
I feel like eggs.
What?
I think I'd like some scrambled eggs.
How about a sandwich?
No. Eggs.
Ice cream? We have ice cream.
Why can't I have eggs?
We don't have any eggs.
What kind of a maid are you?
Howard doesn't like eggs.
I eat eggs.
He doesn't like them.
You are a terrible maid.
I'm not the maid, Phyllis.
Are you her evil twin sister?
No.
Then you're the maid.
No, I'm not.
You're driving me insane.
I'm not.
I think that's cruel
Listen to me.
and redundant.
I'm not really the maid.
Is this an argument for existentialism?
No.
If you're not the maid, then why are you dressed like that? Not that I don't like it. I do. It reminds me of my mother.
Is she a maid?
She's a waitress.
I'm an actress.
And you're preparing for a part.
Not exactly.
Can't you just...
I want to prepare you. I want you to understand.
I don't think I want to.
You know I'm going to have a baby.
I thought you just had bad posture.
And Howard is baby's father.
Howard who?
Your husband.
He's sleeping with the maid?
Pay attention.
How could be shame?
I wasn't a maid when I conceived.
And he gave you a job. I think that's recorded.
No, Phyllis, listen to me, concentrate. Howard and I are in love. I'm not a maid. I've been pretending. He feels bad for you. He doesn't know what to do with you. He feels responsible for you. But time is passing, and I think you're strong enough to see, to understand.
Understand what?
I plan to marry Howard as soon as possible. I plan to marry him.
I see.
You do?
Yes. That's why you never go home. That's why you're here when I wake up, and when I fall asleep, and why you creep past me at night, and why you pretend there's a room when I know there's a closet.
I hate that closet.
It's a nice closet.
Are you upset?
No, but would I care if you like the closet?
About Howard, about me.
Oh. No.
Really?
Now I feel like we can talk like friends. I thought the class distinction prevented that when you were the maid.
There is dignity in any job well done.
Howard plans to send me away then?
He's afraid too.
I know I should leave this room,
He's not very strong.
but I don't want to. I thought when I was on the island, I thought I wanted walls. I thought I wanted a television. I thought I wanted cars and people. But when I try to get up, when I try to leave this room, I feel sick. Sometimes, when no one's around, I try, and I get really sick. It's not in my head. I know you hate me.
What?
I know you hate that we're here. Please don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we came back. No one asked us.
I'm I'm sorry.
No one ever asked me.
Was it terrible?
It wasn't that the sky went on forever. It was seeing the nature of things, the way things really are. It was being watched at night and seeing how the world really is.
You don't have to talk about it.
I was always the pretty one, and my sister Marie was a smart one. And I was nice. Before I met Howard, I was a nice person. I was pretty then. I thought that mattered.
You're still pretty.
No, my feet are too big. I'm an 8.
I don't think so.
No, I know I am. I've had my feet measured. I'm an 8.
That's not what I meant.
What did you mean? By what? When?
Forget it.
I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy. I got a life too. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot with you. Don't you think I wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Don't you think it ever crossed my mind to want to know other men? That I wanted to lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities? That I wanted someone to make me laugh so that I could feel good? You're not the only one who's got wants and needs. But I held on to you, Troy. I took all my feelings, my wants and needs, my dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and waited and prayed over. I planted myself inside you. And it didn't take me no 18 years to find out that the soil was hard and rocky and it wasn't never gonna bloom. But I held on to you, Troy. I held you tighter. You was my husband. I gave you everything I had, every part of me that I could find to give you. And upstairs in that room, with the darkness falling in on me, I gave everything I had to try and erase the doubt that you wasn't the finest man in the world. And wherever you was going, I wanted to be there too. Because you was my husband. Because that's the only way I was going to survive as your wife. You know, you always talk about what you give and what you don't have to give. But you take too. You take and don't even know nobody's gift.
A C. A C. I got a C on my coat hanger sculpture. How can anyone get a C on a coat hanger sculpture? May I ask a question? Was I being judged on the piece of sculpture itself? If so, is it not true that time alone can judge a work of art? Or was I being judged on my talent? If so, is it fair that I be judged on a part of life over which I have no control? If I was judged on my effort, then I was judged unfairly, for I tried as hard as I could. Or was I being judged on what I have learned from this project? If so, were then not you, my teacher, also being judged on your ability to transmit your knowledge to me? Are you willing to share my C? Perhaps I was being judged on the quality of the coat hangers out of which my creation was made. Now, is that not also unfair? Am I to be judged on the quality of the coat hangers that the dry cleaning establishment uses to return our garments? Is that not the responsibility of my parents? Should they not share my C?
Kenny, can you please just pick a station and stay kid to smoke marijuana in the car. I hope you appreciate how understanding I'm trying to be.
Why'd you pick me up at the bus stop? I said I didn't need a ride. Hey, I was listening to that.
Kenny, listen to me. Your father is missing.
Huh?
You've got to help me be the search party. Keep your eyes open. He could be anywhere. Hey, blow that away. I'm getting a contact buzz.
So wait, he just wandered off?
He was acting a little strange this morning.
Maybe he finally wised up and ran away from your nutty ass.
I love your father, Kenny, very much. I know you harbor some animosity for me. I've tried to be a good wife and a good mother. If I've lost your father, I've lost everything.
You know what I hear when you speak? Kenny, blah, blah, blibbity.
Okay. I can tell that you're upset. You know what? Don't even think of this as a search party. Just think of it as a drive, yeah. This is what families do. They go for drives. You want to play I Spy?
Are you retarded?
Okay, I can tell that you're angry. And the pot tells me you're trying to dull the pain for the center of your life.
The road is all wobbly.
But I know the siren of ganja, Kenny. They used to call me Mary Jane McGee, or Cannabis Carl, or J.P. Topmeister.
Hands can look like spiders.
But it leads to other things, terrible, horrible things. I should know. I used to have a very serious drug problem. You should learn from my mistakes like other children.
Other children learn from your mistakes?
What? You're stoned. You want to play one on a picnic?
I bet if I had bionic eyes, we could find him really fast.
I think he's hitchhiking to your grandmother's.
Why do you think that?
I found this book on the side of the road. Oh, God, Kenny. The only thing that was missing in the photo was a photo of Gertie's house.
Weird. Oh my God, that family of kids is staring at me. Look at them, they're staring right through me. It's wigging me out.
Ah, yes, the paranoia. For a long time, I thought there were people after me, too. It's because I did something very bad. I thought there were people after me. I thought the other foot was going to drop, but it never did. I pray it never will. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little off-kilter today. I'm really worried about your father, and I don't know what I'm gonna... Oh God, may I have a hint? Oh, just a little, to take the edge off. I really should be doing this, but I'm worried about your father, and... Did I ever tell you about the time I met Dennis Hopper? Oh God, it's the fuzz. Open the windows. Air it out. See what happens, Kenny? Drug leads to crime. Let that be a lesson. Oh God, I get really jumpy around the face. Out of my eyes. Watch out! Shut up,
Heading early this morning, huh?
Oh, not really. Just going for a drive.
Uh-huh.
Headed to Friendly's for a treat.
Early for a fribble, isn't it?
Oh, not for this family. We love ice cream, right, Kenny?
I clocked you going 84 in a 55 zone.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll be. That rady, speedy thing of yours needs new batteries.
You been smoking marijuana in this vehicle, ma'am?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Smells like somebody had it.
Oh, Kenny here was smoking a bit of a tubage, so to speak.
I'm gonna need your license and registration, ma'am, and then I'd like for you both to step out of the vehicle.
Oh, you misunderstood me. You see, Kenny here has glaucoma. He smokes pot purely for medicinal purposes.
Do you have a note from your doctor stating as much?
Actually, our doctor, what am I saying? He got in an accident, no longer has hands, so writing a letter really isn't possible right now. But as soon as he's fitted for prosthetic limbs and fixes those little hooks, I'll be sure to pass on the note to the highway patrol.
Ma'am, I think you're lying to me.
Oh no, he was caught in a lawnmower.
Ma'am!
Okay, all right, I'm lying. But Kenny here is a troubled teen, and Fritos. Something about Fritos. Are you craving Fritos, Kenny?
Please step out of the vehicle, ma'am!
Hold on there, Flatfoot. I don't think we need you pulling a Rodney King.
Get out of the car!
Okay, we're getting out, but this is all much ado about nothing, eh, Kenny?
License and registration, please.
This is all very unnecessary, officer. You see, My husband has a form of psychogenic amnesia. He wandered away.
Okay, man, I am getting really sick and tired of your stories, tough lady.
Tough lady? No. I'm a nice lady. Everyone I know calls me a nice lady.
All right, Miss Fightful, if that is your name, I'm gonna go radio down to headquarters and pop your name in a computer and see what turns up.
Headquarters? Computer? No. Oh! Well, the shoes on the other hand, isn't it?
Well, I am a police officer. That means you need to return my revolver.
No, I'm sorry, but that is impossible. You see, I have a very complicated past and can't have you popping my name into any computer. So I'm afraid you're coming with us. You're gonna get us put in jail. Shit for brains. You know what, Kenny? I wish you'd stop calling me names. It drives me crazy.
Ma'am, why don't you just head on home and I'll forget that I even stopped you and we can call it a day.
Because I have to find my husband. It's only been a couple of hours and look at me!
All right, well, let's not get excited.
Everyone back in the car!
I want to talk to you about life. It's just too difficult to be alive, isn't it? And to try to function. There are all these people to deal with. I tried to buy a can of tuna fish in the supermarket, and there was this person standing right in front of where I wanted to reach out and get the tuna fish. And I waited a while to see if they'd move, and they didn't. They were looking at the tuna fish too, but they were taking a real long time on it, reading the ingredients on each can like it was a book. Pretty boring book if you ask me. So I waited a long while and they still didn't move, and I thought about asking them to move, but then I had this awful fear that it would do no good at all to ask them. They'd probably say something like, "We'll move and we're goddamn ready, you nagging bitch." And then what would I do? And so then I started to cry out of frustration quietly, not to disturb anyone, and even though I was still crying softly, the stupid person in front of me still didn't move. So I got my fist and I punched his head real hard and said, "Would you kindly move, asshole?" And he fell to the ground and looked totally startled. That child nearby started to cry, but I was still crying. And I couldn't imagine making use of the tuna fish now anyway. And so I yelled at the child to stop crying. I mean, it was drawing too much attention to me. And I ran out of the supermarket.
Why do you say you kiss the ground I walk on? I ought to be killed. I'm so tired. If I could rest. I am a seagull. No, that's not it. I'm an actress. Well, no matter. He didn't believe in the theater. All my dreams he'd laugh at, and little by little, I quit believing in myself and lost heart. There was the strain of love, jealousy, constant anxiety about my little baby. Got to be small and trashy and played without thinking. I didn't know what to do with my hands. Couldn't stand properly on the stage, couldn't control my voice. You can't imagine the feeling when you're acting and know it's dull. I'm a seagull. No, that's not it. Do you remember? You shot a seagull. A man comes by chance, sees it, and with nothing else better to do, destroys it. That's not it. What was I? I was talking about the stage. Now, I'm not like that. I'm a real actress. I act with delight, with rapture. I'm drunk when I'm on the stage, and I feel that I'm beautiful. And ever since I've been here, I've kept walking about, kept walking and thinking. Thinking and believing my soul grows stronger every day. And now, I understand, Kostra. get in our work, acting or writing. What matters is not fame, not glory, not what I used to dream about. It's bow to endure, to bear my cross and have faith. I have faith, and it all doesn't hurt me so much. When I think of my calling, I'm not afraid of life. Yeah, you ought to be here any minute now. Will you have a cold drink?
I will, thanks. My husband, too hot to drive me to the beach. Men are like little boys. For the neighbors, they'll always cut the grass.
People like to do things for the Kellers. Been like that since I can remember.
It's amazing. I guess your brother's here to give you away?
I don't know. I suppose.
You must be all nerved up.
It's always a problem getting yourself married, isn't it?
That depends on your shape, of course. I don't see why you should have had a problem.
I've had chances.
I'll bet. It's romantic. It's very unusual to me, marrying the brother of your sweetheart.
I don't know. I think it's mostly whenever I needed somebody to tell me the truth. I've always thought of Chris. When he tells you something, you know it's so. He relaxes me.
And he's got money. That's important too.
It wouldn't matter to me.
You'd be surprised how much it does matter. I married an intern on my salary. And that's a problem because as soon as a woman supports a man, he thinks he owes her something. You can't owe somebody something without resenting them. It's true, you know.
Underneath, I think the doctor is very devoted.
Oh, certainly, but it's bad when a man only sees the bars in front of him. Jim thinks he's in jail all the time.
Oh,
And that's why I've been intending to ask you a small favor, Anne. It's something very important to me.
certainly if I can do it.
You can. When you take up housekeeping, try to find a place away from here.
Are you fooling?
I'm very serious. Jim is unhappy with Chris around.
How is that?
My husband is a successful doctor, but he's got an idea he'd like to go into research, discover things. You understand?
Well, isn't that good?
Research pays $25 a week, minus laundering the hair shirt. You've got to give up your life to go into it.
How does Chris?
Chris makes people want to be better than it's possible for them to be. He does that to people.
Is that bad?
My husband has a family, dear. Every time he has a session with Chris, he feels as though he's compromising by not giving up everything for research, as if Chris or anybody else isn't compromising. This happens to Jim every couple of years. He meets a man and tries to make a statue out of him.
Maybe he's right. I don't mean that Chris is a
Look,
statue.
darling, you know he's not right.
I don't agree with you, Chris.
Listen, dear. Chris is working with his father, isn't he? He's taking money out of that company every week of the year.
What of it?
You ask me what of it?
I certainly do. You aren't cast aspersions like that. I'm surprised at you.
You're surprised at me?
He would never take 5 cents out of that plant if there was anything wrong with it.
You know that?
I know it. I resent everything you've said.
You know what I resent, dear?
Please, I don't want to argue.
I resent living next door to the Holy Family. It makes me look like a bum, you understand?
I can't do anything about that.
Who is he to ruin a man's life? Everyone knows Joe pulled a fast one to get out of jail.
That's not true.
Then why don't you go out and talk to people? Go on, talk to them. There isn't a person in this neighborhood who doesn't know the truth.
That's a lie. People come here all the time for cards and...
So what? They give him credit for being smart. I do too. I've got nothing against Joe. But if Chris wants people to put on the hair shirt, let him take off his broadcloth. He's driving my husband insane with that phony idealism of his, and then I'm at the end of my rope on it.
Are you okay? That was the question we all kept asking each other the rest of that September. What was the answer? The pebbles dropped in the water. The point of entry is you, yourself. Were you present at Ground Zero and wounded, suffocated, or covered in white ash? No? I guess you're okay. The first ring around the pebble. Is your family okay? Did you lose someone in the planes or in the towers? Next ripple. Friends. Are your people okay? Next, if someone died in the towers that you had dinner with once and thought was a really nice person, are you okay? Next, if you see a flyer of a missing person in the subway and you start to lose it, are you okay? If all the flyers are gone one day, they're gone. Are you okay? Is anyone okay? That first week after I bought a coffee at Starbucks on the way to work, the man behind the counter handed me my drink and said, "Here's your change. God bless America." And I took a breath and I said, "Are your people okay?" And he said, "Only 2 missing. Only 2. And I said, "I hope you can find comfort." Only people from Oklahoma talk to servers in coffee shops. But at least there you can say, "God bless." Here, you don't know if they have a God or if you have a God or if anyone has a God. It's the same God.
Uncle Bill hardly remembers you. You know that? I asked him what you were like as a little girl, and he couldn't even say. He remembers Grandma even less. He didn't have one interesting thing to say about her. About Grandma. They don't have a single picture of her either, not even in their minds. To them, she's just a woman who's lived a big, embarrassing life. They all think they've saved me just in time. Not just from Grandma, from you too. So I started wondering if they weren't right. Maybe the smartest thing would be to forget you completely, and Grandma. After all, what did I ever get from the 2 of you except a good education? You especially. What were you ever to me except a voice on the phone now and then? And I looked around the room where I was staying, and it was real nice and blank. The way a thing is before you put any time into it. I thought, I could live a whole new life here. I could invent a whole new me. I could be Barbara if I wanted to, not Echo. I could fit in. I don't mean I'd become like Whitney and Beth. I'm not that crazy, but I could be like Robinson Crusoe and adapt myself to a strange and harsh environment. I could live in a kind of desert. I could even flourish. Like you have. I could live without the one thing I wanted, but I kept hearing your voice, that voice on the other end of the phone, hiding behind spelling words, making excuses, or so energetic, sometimes so pushing. I don't even remember what you said. Just the sound of it. Just the sound that said, "I love you, and I failed you." I hate that sound, and I will never settle for it because no one failed me. Not Grandma and not you. I am a prize among women. I'm your daughter. That's who I choose to be. Someone who loves you. Someone who can make you love me nearly all the time. I am going to stay with you. I am going to prepare you for me. I am going to cultivate you. I am going to tend you.
Soapbox Playhouse?
Yes.
Well, I have an audition, but I think I must be late.
With Zora?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, with Zora Block.
We're rehearsing now.
Yeah, I knew I was late.
I don't think she had an appointment.
Well, it wasn't confirmed. I sent her a postcard saying I would be here, but
I don't think it's on her schedule.
Look, I'm only in town for the day, so I was hoping she could fit me in.
We're rehearsing now. We're just on a short break.
That's great. Thanks. Are you an actress?
Only during periods of extreme necessity.
Because I see you've got on your costume.
Well, actually, these are my clothes. But I have been pressed into the service of this epic. I play the female population of London.
Oh!
But mostly, I'm the stage manager. You gonna have to clear off now.
I'll be right down. I just want to see how it feels.
Uh-huh. How's it feel?
Great. Big, but it's great.
This is big.
Bigger than my apartment.
Listen, this is a bad.
No!
Is the discontent of our winter made glorious summer by the son of York? You know this is a professional company.
I'm a professional! Or I was. I had gone about as far as I could go in data processing. But I wasn't feeling fulfilled. So I'm following my bliss now.
You gonna have to clear off now.
Do you know Joseph Campbell? He is the guy who thought of Star Wars. You know the movie?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't actually think of the movie, but he had a great influence on the people who did. Anyway, I was taking this potentiality seminar about creation myths, and we had to read one of his books.
Yeah.
And it told us how there's all these stories locked up inside of us, telling us how to lead our lives.
Oh!
And so all you have to do is follow your bliss. It's like, use the force! Only not so violent. That's what I'm doing now. I'm following my bliss, and I'm keeping a record of my experiences on the path.
Okay, but you have to be a union member to work here.
A union? Oh, I get you. I get you. You've got to be a union. Oh, God. Why don't they ever give you some kind of a warning? There should be some kind of a warning! There should be a warning in the brochure here!
I think maybe you're just supposed to know that.
So what am I supposed to do now? I'm only in town for the day.
Hardly enough time to become professional.
Well, thanks. I appreciate your help.
Okay.
Hey, lady. I like the way you move. Just wanted to let you know that. My engine's been rocking over hard ever since I laid eyes on you. Big pardon? That's from Tijuana Truck Stop by Taryn Allen Anthony. It's my contemporary monologue. You need to.
I know.
For contrast.
Yeah, bye now.
Is there another theater in town?
There's the lesbian theater over there at the Methodist.
Madeline Winter, and I'm from Wausau, Wisconsin. It's truly been a privilege to work with this fabulous group of Elite Eight. I'm very thankful to work with all these amazing teachers and my classmates. It's truly been an opportunity that I will never forget. I really do think that this group proves that theater is the best form of art.
Hello, my name is Erin McMahon. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. These 2 weeks have been the best acting experience of my life. I've met great ladies from all over the country, and I couldn't have had a better time with them. And I'm so thankful for the CUA drama staff for teaching us so much. This camp reached and went far beyond all of my expectations.
Hi, my name is Josie Ross. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I want to say thank you to all of the leaders, teachers, and professionals that have worked with us here at CUA. And the one thing that I'm going to take most from this experience isn't just one thing in particular. It's kind of just how all together there's so many things that go into theater. It's not just the acting. And I really have gained a larger appreciation for every single person that works on a show.
Hi, my name's Hallie Friedman, and I'm from Washington, D.C. I think one experience that I'm going to take away from this is probably just how, when you do theater, you know that the community is really good, but when I came here, I wasn't expecting the Elite Eight of us that there are. It's been truly amazing. I've learned so much from so many amazing teachers in the past 2 weeks. I'm so happy I came here. This has been probably the best summer of my life so far.
Hello, my name is Marley Sellen. I'm from Centerville, Maryland. I have never experienced such an intense camp. It was amazing. We were pushed to improve every second, and we all improved so much. These other 7 ladies here have been incredible, and I am so glad I got to be friends with you. This has been an incredible experience, and I am so thankful I got to participate in it.
Hi, my name is Juliana Yassin, and I'm from a small boring town in New Jersey called Plainsboro. Let me just say, Plainsboro is the only town in New Jersey without a gas station or market. But I'm not here to talk about that. 2 weeks ago, the 8 of us came here not knowing who we would meet or what we would do. I think it's safe to say that we are leaving here with lifelong friends and a renewed adoration for the craft that we all want to perfect. Theater really is our home.
Hi, my name is Erin Golden. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and I am so thankful for all the experiences I have had here at the Drama Institute. I have learned so much. Perhaps the biggest thing I've learned is to stop saying, I can't. I used to look at new challenges and think, well, what if that doesn't happen? That's too hard. I don't do that anymore. Thank you to everyone at the Drama Institute.
Hi, my name is Aletha Saunders, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. Thank you, CUA, for allowing me this opportunity to come here. It has been a blessing in 2 weeks, and I'm so thankful for everyone a part of it, the teachers, the RAs, and my beautiful castmates. I couldn't have done it without all of you, so thank you.